In the midst of the vast, stormy ocean, where colossal white-crested waves roar and surge as if to devour everything, and the gray horizon seems to merge with the frigid sea, a rusty, steel-hulled commercial fishing vessel bravely cuts through the waves. The gloomy sky is filled with dark clouds. The bone-chilling cold of the desolate sea mixes with the salty mist that constantly whips against the weathered faces of the sailors. Yet in their eyes, there is only intense concentration, an unusual calmness, and an unwavering determination to conquer the harsh natural environment. On the constantly swaying and slippery deck, battered by the seawater and crashing waves, a series of massive mechanical hydraulic winches roared to their maximum capacity. Their rotating blades draining water from countless coils of sturdy steel cables, pulling oversized, sharp hooks, each topped with minced, blood-soaked pieces of fish bait, slowly sinking into the dark, murky depths of the ocean. Hundreds of meters below the surface, where the brilliant sunlight from the sea is reduced to faint, pale blue streaks, a mysterious, tranquil world unfolds with coral reefs. And clusters of kelp swaying with the ocean currents. And it is in this barren seabed that a true monster lurks, perfectly camouflaged beneath the soft, porous sand. It was a gigantic flatfish. A creature straight out of prehistoric times, with a massive, flattened body as long as an adult human, its rough, jagged skin mottled like a leopard's, allowing it to blend perfectly into its surroundings, making it a stealthy killer. Only its characteristic bulging, wide-eyed gaze was constantly scanning for any fragile life that might pass by. Sensing the pungent, fishy scent emanating from the bait dangling above its head, the colossal monster slowly rose from the sand, gliding with deadly grace on its enormous pectoral fins, spread wide like the wings of a demon in the deep sea, churning up the seabed into a swirling sandstorm behind its tail. The moment the icy steel barb pierced the thick flesh and became lodged in the fish's jaw, a fierce battle for survival officially erupted, shaking the deep, dark water. Above the surface, the winch, releasing the cable, suddenly stopped and let out a deafening screech as the entire steel cable was pulled taut to its maximum, vibrating violently like a string about to snap under immense pressure. Signaling to the fishermen on deck that they had encountered no ordinary prey. The storm, now enraged, became more ferocious than ever. Huge dark waves crashed against the ship's sides, bursting into swirling white foam that obscured visibility. But the brave mechanics gritted their teeth, clinging tightly to the rusty railings, coordinating their movements to steer the ship and apply the brakes, slowly and steadily subduing the monstrous creature thrashing wildly from the dark abyss. The prolonged struggle exhausted both the small men and the colossal fish. And then, from within the swirling foam near the steep inverted chute at the stern, the massive head of the flatfish slowly emerged. tearing through the gray waves. Its gaping, blood-soaked mouth was utterly powerless against the ruthless mechanical force. Its immense weight, beyond imagination, caused the steel trough to creak and groan. The fishermen had to use oversized, sharp metal hooks, leaning back and exerting the full strength of a resilient team to drag the colossal 100-kilogram mass across the edge of the waves and onto the main deck. When the flathead lay sprawled across a large area of the wet, slippery steel deck, displaying its astonishing width and unimaginable grandeur as a true ocean monster, sighs of relief and proud, satisfied smiles began to appear on the faces of the crew. But without wasting a single precious moment, a professional and practical handling procedure was immediately carried out on the windy deck. High-pressure water jets relentlessly wash away the blood and slimy mucus, while sharp, precise cuts of knives slit the gills and throat to drain the fresh blood, ensuring the pristine white flesh inside remains intact. Next, tons of ice, frozen solid, are shoveled down from the holds by large shovels, filling every crevice and burying the massive fish in a perfect preservation environment as the ship whistles and cuts through the waves towards land. When the battered bow of the ship docks at the bustling industrial port filled with the cries of seagulls, giant gantry cranes quickly lower down, lifting the aluminum containers full of ice-packed flatfish and transporting them directly to large-scale processing plants. Here, in a sterile, cold space bathed in stark white fluorescent light, skilled workers in rubber gloves and aprons busily performed the artful yet arduous process of filleting. Sharp, constantly sharpened blades glide smoothly, cutting through the rough skin, neatly trimming through each rib cartilage, revealing magnificent, pristine, plump loin meat. Its perfectly formed V-shaped folds revealing flawless, jade-like sculptures. From the deep, centrally located cold storage facility, thousands of sturdy cardboard boxes containing the bounty of the ocean are neatly stacked on wooden pallets, transferred by forklifts into massive white refrigerated containers. The final destination of this magnificent journey is the gleaming stainless steel kitchen of a luxurious five-star restaurant, where the dignified head chef, his eyes blazing with passion, personally receives and lovingly handles a perfectly thawed, pristine white flounder fillet. With a finesse and masterful technique of high-level culinary art, he delicately sprinkles fine sea salt and crushed black peppercorns onto the moist, succulent surface of the meat, garnished with a few sprigs of fresh cilantro. A delightful sizzling sound rings out, the extremely high temperature quickly transforming the outer layer of the meat into a brilliant, crispy golden brown, while the gently cracked core retains its tender, succulent, and milky white flesh. The feast begins in the rustic yet cozy wooden restaurant, under the romantic yellow light reflecting on the sparkling red wine glasses. Elegantly dressed guests raise their glasses, radiant smiles on their faces as they gently use their stainless steel forks to separate the tender, steaming fish fillets and savor the taste.